Shit. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Sideline Summit. I'm Antonio Perez, joined as always by Danny Cole, DCU Penn's finest, Chris Coacher, CB Coacher Boy. We got another great episode for you guys today. We will be talking about the best division in all of football, probably the best division in all of sports, the AFC North, with the Ravens, Browns, Steelers, Bengals, all four hard-nosed, super competitive teams. It's going to be a blast. It's really going to be a blast. Probably, we got Chris, who's a big Ravens fan. Danny, obviously, probably the biggest Steelers fan that I know. You got me, 52 out of 53 man roster Browns enthusiast, and then the Bengals have one of my favorite players in the NFL in Jamar Chase. I think we're all big fans of Jamar Chase. He came on the scene as already one of the best in the league. So, yeah, super excited about that. I want to remind you guys, make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. And if you're listening to this on audio platforms, make sure leave a like, 5-star review, all of that stuff. I do want to say, hopefully I'm starting something new on my own personal YouTube channel. Y'all know where to find me. Just at Tone Perez. So make sure y'all go sub there as well. But without further ado, Danny, let's get us kicked off.
Yeah, my plummet is going to be the Philadelphia traffic today. I want to save this. I left at work at 4:30, got home at 6:15. Usually takes about 45 minutes. Pretty outrageous. I think it's because the Phillies played at noon, 12:30 at least. There's a Premier League game going on at the Link, and I think the Union are playing tonight. So, yeah, I think I was cooked.
Yeah, I didn't know the Union played today because I didn't know Giovanni's schedule. He usually leaves around 12 if there's a game at night, but
there was traffic down there. I took that way home.
I would bet. Yeah, I would bet.
So
and the Phillies got swept for the first time all year. So yeah, that's great. They said you killed the man with the 10-1 Eagles, but not the idea. The first to 60 win Phillies. It's all the same.
60 wins is 10 wins.
60 wins through the first 80 something games of the season. I think that's pretty equal to 10-1.
Yeah.
Damn. And the Sixers got next. They're gonna start 45-5 next year. They're gonna finish with 55 wins. Some bullshit like that. That'd be crazy. That kind of happened to them this year. They were the 2 seed in the East, and B gets hurt. Playing team. It's kind of happened already. And then the Flyers, they have playoff aspirations, and then
the Flyers, man. I'll tell you something. The Flyers, there's no downside to them. Their expectations are just have fun, and you're gonna be a fun team. So they had no expectations.
They just had a chance and then lost 7 straight. So but
it's all right. It's all right. But yeah, I think my big summit of the week is that football is back tomorrow night. That is my biggest summit.
To watch Tyler Baggett.
Yeah, my favorite quarterback in the NFL. That's much of a joke.
Clears Fields and Wilson too.
Clears Kenny Pickett.
He
He actually might clear Kenny Pickett, which is pretty funny.
No, please don't. No, he doesn't, dude.
He might, Chris.
He might. I might.
Oh my God, no, he does not.
What I seen on my TV again from Tyler Badgett versus what I seen on Kenny Pickett.
Tyler Badgett could not move the field. I don't even know how they won games, bro.
Kenny Pickett couldn't either, man.
Right, I'm so sure.
Kenny Pickett is the Tyler.
But when he was on your team, he was though. It was all Matt Canada when he was on your team, right?
It's both of them. They
said that y'all know. I don't know if y'all know the picture of Buzz and oh my God, why am I forgetting her name? It's from Toy Story 3. It's wow, hold up. I'm being a casual. Toy Story is my favorite. Hold up. It's the girl in Woody's Roundup. Oh my God, what is her name? But anyway, it was a picture of Buzz holding the girl, and the caption was like, it was like when mid quarterbacks start to play bad, and the caption was like, the OC did it again, didn't he? It was basically like that's like a bad quarterback's number one excuse. But like there are elite quarterbacks who that actually applies to. Herbert, Hurts, those type of guys.
Chris, I need to hear your Summit and Plummet, Mr. Dropping 30 in a men's league game.
Well, that doesn't count. I would count that as a Summit, but that doesn't count. I would say my first Summit is probably. I know you said football being back. That was one of my things. But also, I think it would say this is my first time really paying attention to the MLB trade deadline because some of my friends told me this is like really interesting. And just a lot of players move, and I was able to see that. That was really cool. Like, and I've been paying attention to baseball a lot more over the last like 2 or 3 years, just like paying attention to every team, every player. So there's a lot of names that I noticed that got moved, bigger names, and that was cool. Like big pitchers, position players, everybody. So it was cool. That was cool for me, just being able to like really lock in on that and just kind of see like how the MLB gets down for trade deadlines. And Harrison Barnes, you have nothing to be ashamed of. They are trading these people in the middle of the third inning. You might be up at bat, you might be on deck. Sorry, brother, put that bat down. You got to go gather your belongings. It's time to get up out of here.
They traded Gregory Soto in the middle of the second.
Boy, they said get out of here. They took or they'll scratch you 10 minutes before the game start. Yeah, brother, go ahead, gather your belongings. You're not playing tonight. You my friend, RA Miami Marlins. But yeah, that was cool.
That's so crazy. Imagine you make a deal with the team you're playing in that moment, and they just
run over the other.
They swap dugouts.
I'm on the other side. Take my jersey off, run to the other side. Like, what y'all on? But
dude, so Dominguez got traded like that day, and then like a couple hours later, he came in as reliever for wherever he got traded to. I forget, but like he played that day. It was crazy.
Philly's got my boy Austin Hayes. I like Austin Hayes a lot, so shout out to him.
He's good. I like Austin Hayes as well.
I would say he's actually been one of like the only dudes to show up in the past couple games. So.
I think he froze up for a sec.
Oh yeah, what was that? Yeah.
Nah, you're cool. You're
what's
cool.
the last thing I heard me say?
You said you like Austin Hayes, and then you say I would. Say.
Oh yeah. Oh, I would say my I was gonna try to find a plummet, but I didn't really have.
Life is good, man.
Life is good. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Pretty sure. My other summit is that August kicks off tomorrow, and this is my birthday.
It's my first day out here.
Yeah, it's my birthday
month. What day was it again?
It is August 27th.
27th. Yeah, Giovanni's the 12th. So what? You turn 29 for like the 8th time or something?
No, I'm turning 31, and low key, I'm happy to be turning this old because a lot of people I know, not people I knew, a lot of people I didn't know or just been in contact with, just haven't had the chance to, be able to get to 30, and for me to be able to be a year over it, that's pretty cool to me, man. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I don't really have
it's an excuse to be like, it's an excuse to say, don't let my birthday, don't let that forget the fact that Curry blew a 3-1 lead.
Right. I might. That's what I'm going to do on my birthday post. I want to say this is my 3-1 lead day instead of like my original attempts is my 3-1 lead day. So
don't blow that 3-1 lead.
Yeah, this is my 3-1 lead day. So yeah, those are my two summits.
Is 29 Chris's Jason Tatum 19?
You're forever 29. He's only 29. He's only 19. That only 19 Tatum stuff, I have no clue how that why did that stick?
So I'm gonna tell you where it started. It started in college. Like it was so stupid. It was like Tatum's such a freshman, he's so dazzling. He's only 19. Like, how old you thought he was gonna be as a freshman? 23. Like,
yeah, bro.
And they just stuck with him until the NBA just stuck with him.
Yeah, it was just bro. He turned 20. He turned 20 literally in his rookie year. So I don't know why
they were still saying 19. I'm telling you, bro. I blame CTE, college basketball CTE. That's what I blame.
Yeah, I'm with that 100%.
Yeah.
In CTE.
People are doing some like looking back revisionist history. They're like, how did a forward of this caliber who could do everything fall to the third pick? I'm like, well, because he couldn't pass for shit. at Duke.
Bingo.
Like not at all.
Bingo.
Couldn't pass. But some people also said like this is the ceiling of his game. I'm like, yeah, there's just no way you thought that. That's like saying that this is the ceiling of Brandon Miller's game at Alabama. I'm like, look, I wasn't that high on him as a prospect, but let's not lie. Like he has like all NBA level potential, and he has GOAT Hornet potential. Be on the lookout for that.
Kemba Walker, Goat Hornet.
It's on the way.
Yeah, the bar.
I don't know though.
The bar is low. The bar is
I
low.
don't know.
Kemba's the all-time
who I
leading
might
scorer
think
with like
About
10K
Dude,
points.
Michael
Al
Jordan might be
Jefferson's
the
the
Goat
all-time.
Hornet.
He's actually one of the worst Hornets of all time, if we're being honest.
I know.
No, I'm guessing maybe Alonzo Mourning.
Alonzo Mourning, I guess, would have it. Or Al Jefferson, Sean Kemp. Who was that nasty?
Larry Johnson.
Larry Johnson. Yeah.
I think Kemba
Yeah,
might beat him out though, because he had a better Hornet.
Yeah, Kemba has an All NBA. Well, no Hornet has ever made first team All NBA. So the floor is in like absolute hell.
No Larry.
No, yes sir.
So Melo makes it. So Melo makes first team all NBA in 2 years. Trust.
That guard
John
spot's a
Morant will
little
be back
hefty.
on
I
the
don't know.
first.
Don't worry,
John
bro.
Morant will be back on the.
That guard
on
spot is hefty. You got
All-NBA.
Shea, Luka, Ja, Trey.
Don't worry about it. Melo, Brandon Miller, Cooper Flag in the year. Don't worry.
Well, Cooper Flag can't do that playing from Boston. So
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. He won't, because they will be starting a team in Maine called the Maine Meerkats, and Cooper
the
Flag
main
Meerkats. Be the first one to take him.
making the New England area have to choose between their Boston Celtics and the Great White Hope is so nasty.
I can't wait to see the tears. I can't wait.
What are they gonna do? Go with their Prince Tatum or go with the main event? Which is still
Unfortunately,
best
Jason
nickname
Tatum will be
I've seen in a
playing.
minute. The main event. I hope that sticks too, because
Yeah,
that's
that
so
is
good.
fire. But unfortunately, Jason Tatum will be playing for the St. Louis Lunatics by that time.
Please don't say that. Please don't
Soon
say
enough,
that. Please
he will
don't
be
say that.
done with the Boston.
No, it's gonna be Vegas and Seattle, bro. Please do not.
I think so too.
Don't spark any St. Louis team. Don't do it.
They're gonna have people in St. Louis shaving their beard right to here.
Bro,
Tatum. We got full beards now.
Is this a real
Tatum
fact,
got
Tom?
full beards.
This is a real fact that when you go to the Yankees, you have to shave your beard.
You
can't have a beard.
And now they're a little lenient with it now. They used to not like have any facial hair. It's like
They go on soft. I'm afraid.
Oh,
and
that's
also,
They're weak.
They're the only team in the MLB that doesn't have their last. They didn't have their last names on their uniforms for like forever.
Yeah,
that's
trash.
I don't think they're
That's
either
true.
right now.
That's trash. I'm not shaving my beard, dude. Trade me from this team. My bad, y'all.
All right. Well, I guess I'll run through my summits and plummets real quick. Plummet, we were gonna do a whole segment on it, but I mean, Danny kind of dumbed it down before we even started recording. The top 100 sucks. The NFL top 100 is garbage. Horrible list. This is gonna sound crazy, but the players don't know football. It's kind of like I'm gonna vote for my buddies and like who's cool. Like if the NBA did a top 100, you're gonna see like Anthony Edwards at like 5, and you're gonna be like, dude. But Justin Jefferson at 18 is a catastrophe because that's the second best player in football behind Mahomes and Mahomes only, in my opinion. CD didn't make the top 10. AJ Brown didn't even make the top 20. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Where's Devontae Adams on this list?
40. There aren't 40 players better than Devontae Adams, in my opinion. And granted, Danny knows I'm very biased towards receivers. Like, because I played that. I understand the work. Not to sound cringe, but like the art of playing the position. It's almost like, you're trying to bake somebody on an ISO to a point. But yeah, there aren't 40 players better than Devontae Adams.
Simple. Tua Tagovailoa or Devontae Adams?
If Tua is above Devontae Adams,
He is.
Brock Purdy's in the top 30. Tua is at like 32. Sauce Gardner isn't the top corner. Jalen Ramsey's ahead of Sauce Gardner. Jalen Ramsey, love the work you put in.
I do
and you
like
were injured last year and you were still great.
I don't think
you were not better than Sauce Gardner. There's only one corner in this league that I think is an argument better than Sauce Gardner. I still don't think he's better than Sauce Gardner. That's Pat Surtain. But if Surtain's your cornerback one, that's respectable. Yeah, and one more name that's sort of respectable, Jalen Johnson. Highly respectable name.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be really good.
One
really
more name.
He's a beast.
Mr. Snead.
Snead's a good press corner. He's not a good good press man, but he's not good in zone or as good in zone. He's a really good corner, though. I'll say that. Snead's my guy. Snead's been our guy for a minute.
Legarius.
Facts. Shout out to him. On every single episode, you will see me wearing some kind of hat, whether it's a snapback, whether it's a dad style hat. I always got to have something to complete the outfit. And the only place where I get my hats is lids.com. Lids.com has so many different brands, and of course they have a bunch of different styles. Like I just said, it could be dad hat, snapback, it could be fitted, it could be Velcro back. Whatever you want, they got it. And with the NFL season coming up, I know you're going to want to rock and represent your favorite squad. Me personally, I'm a big Eagles guy, and I love this 47 brand throwback hat that I got from lids.com. Or if you're more of a snapback guy, I also got this NBA champions Boston Celtics new era cap from lids.com as well. If you like either of those hats and you feel like you want one to represent your squad, click the link in the description below. Whether it's new era or 47, both links will take you right to lids.com. And the best thing about Lids, they always have some type of deal going on their website. So make sure you click that link and check out any deals they got going on at lids.com. But enough, no more long talk. Let's talk about the Baltimore Ravens, who
Chris, I kind of want you to go last.
13 and we'll figure out the order in a second, but I just want to say some quick things about the Ravens. Their laundry list this offseason is pretty long. They added Derrick Henry, they re-signed Justin Madubuike, and they re-signed Kyle Van Noy. Excuse me.
Huge.
They do lose Geno Stone, John Simpson, Pat Queen, Jadeveon Clowney, but their draft, absolutely in love with their draft. They got Nate Wiggins, who I thought was the second best corner in the draft. They got Rosengarten, who I think will actually fill in at the guard more so than the tackle. Nonetheless, they got Tez Walker, who made like all the headlines at UNC because the NCAA like lied to him and didn't let him play. I did like one of my finals projects kind of around Tez Walker. Shout out to him. Passed that class, by the way. And then Adisa Isaac was actually drafted before him, the outside backer. But yeah, just want to throw that stuff out there. Danny,
don't forget my boy TJ Tampa.
TJ, I ran out of room. But TJ Tampa, get ready to learn Tampa too, buddy.
Yes, sir.
But Danny, let's talk about your top op, the Baltimore Ravens, who are set at 11.5. That is their over/under win line. What are you thinking?
Yeah, and if Lamar Jackson did not kind of play his worst game of football in the year, I think they're Super Bowl champions last year.
I agree.
We saw what happened when they played the 49ers in the regular season. It wasn't close.
Took their lunch money.
Their defense is about as good as it comes in the league. They lost Patrick Queen. It's not really that big of a loss when you still have the better inside linebacker. I love Patrick Queen. I love the addition to the Steelers, but he's the worst of the two that they have, and that just speaks volumes about how good they are. Their D line is getting healthier. They are a little older. The Ravens have been doing this for years, dude. They get these like 31, 32-year-old outside linebackers that come in third downs, get good pass reps, and they get the young nose tackles. Madubuike's young. They've been doing this for forever. This is what they do. And I think their corners are good. I think Marlon Humphrey's going to age a little not great because he's his own corner.
I can see that. Yeah. That's why you bring in Nate Wiggins, though.
That's why you bring in Nate Wiggins, who is man, may I say, one of the best fast athletic corners that you can get. Ran a 4.22.
Allegedly,
right?
Vape Lord apparently is a vape god, but
yeah, apparently he was vaping in the interviews. But now I think that the Ravens,
only the Ravens would pick that up.
Ravens, who finished down the stretch without Mark Andrews. So they finished without Mark Andrews, and they still went to the AFC title game and lost to the Chiefs, which beating the Chiefs in the playoffs is no easy feat. Only Joe Burrow has done that so far, and Tom Brady. So not many people have done that. So let's say the Ravens are going to win 13 games and win the division again.
Okay. Got that. Okay. So I would say Danny kind of sold me on the Ravens there. So Chris, what are you worried about? What are your worries for the Ravens? Because you know them best. You would know them best.
I know what it is.
Danny, I would say, well, you two would know them best. Division rivals, things like that. Danny just told me all the reasons why, like, we're looking for the 1 seed again, 13 wins, all that stuff. But what are you worried about for the Ravens this year? What could possibly prevent them from winning 12 games?
Ravens flock syndrome. And if you've been a fan of the Ravens for as long as I have been, you know what happens with our Ravens when it comes time. When it comes time to do what we should do, we just forget. Like last year, we forgot to run the ball. We ran the ball all year, forgot to do it in the game that mattered the most, lost.
So they did it for a reason. They did that for a reason, though. You cannot run the ball against the Chiefs. Their D-line in the playoffs.
Doesn't matter. We've tried it all year. Yep. It worked all year. We have to at least try it. We got away from it and didn't even try in the second half. Didn't even do any quarterback design runs. If you have Lamar Jackson, you don't use a weapon like that. It's like being in a Game of Thrones and having a dragon and then only want to do sword fights. I don't want to do that. If I have a dragon, I'm going to use it. You know what I'm saying? So
that's I'll try it to at least.
Right. That's the thing that scares me. I think the only thing, and outside of that, like and I don't think it was even bad play call. I think it's just they got scared because of what Danny said. You don't run against the Chiefs, so they just kind of let that beat them out. So I won't even blame that. But in reality, I think the only thing will be just health, per usual, just being healthy at the right time and having our guys healthy. And I think just having Zay break out or Rashad break out as the number one, like just being the number one receiver and target, like not just having what we do every year where it's just receiver by committee type of thing. And I think that'll be a thing that'll help a lot. But seeing them at 12 wins is a lot. And people in the NFL, I mean, people watch this may forget how difficult it is to get 12 wins in the NFL, in my opinion. But I think my Ravens can do it. I think they're around 12 to 13 games. I don't think they lost enough to make me think they can, be 3 or 4 games worse than they were last year. Like I said, I'm going to miss Patrick Queen as a Ravens fan for sure, without a doubt. But the people we got to replace him with, I'm fine with that. And I wouldn't mind seeing more Kyle Hamilton playing up in that spot now that we got another safety as well. So
yeah, Eddie Jackson is a
that's what I was saying.
Even though he's older, but
when you come to the Ravens though, it knocks 2 years off your age for some reason. Jadeveon Clowney, Calvin, like everybody was 33. You're 30.
Harbaugh and Spoelstra got that same dark magic plug.
They do,
Chris.
But yeah,
that's my excitement. You're forgetting about a legendary safety. It's a couple of them.
Marcus Williams?
No, man.
Are you talking about like now or before?
Eric Weddle, man.
Shout out to him, man.
Oh yes, Eric Weddle, Ravens legend, by the way, and Eric Weddle came through big time clutch. Shout out Eric Weddle. I forgot all about Eric Weddle for a second. Shout out Eric Weddle.
Yeah,
Earl Thomas as well.
Yeah,
Earl Thomas, my guy.
Y'all making Earl Thomas look usable was crazy,
bro.
That buddy was washed.
He did well for us too, and I was terrified at first. But on Madden, he sucked. God, he sucked
to a fullback.
He sucked.
That's so crazy, dude.
I'm convinced any two people can play safety for the Ravens.
Yeah, but like my main thing is I'm excited to see more Kyle Hamilton up with Roquan. If we're gonna have Eddie Jackson and Marcus Williams, just have that flexibility. And I'm with you on Marlon Humphrey. Marlon scares me a little bit, so I can see us needing a little more versatility on the corner. That's why I'm happy to have TJ Tampa and happy to have Nate Wiggins because I think Marlon's still gonna be good. I got a lot of faith in Marlon, but like you said, I think he'll age a little bad. So I think it's a big Kyle Hamilton year too. Like obviously he had a big year last year, but I think he takes another step to where he becomes. I think he's top 5 safety, but that could be my Ravens bias. But I think if he can go to be a top 5,
dude, I think he is the best safety in the NFL.
That's my opinion too. But I didn't want to sign too much of a home teamer. But yeah, that's what I think. I think him.
You have full support. I personally think Kyle Hamilton was the best player in his draft class, regardless of positional value. Danny, no, I was huge on Kyle. I wanted the Eagles to get him. We took Jordan Davis, which
I mean, you can't be mad at that. Jordan Davis is a GOAT. He's a GOAT. A college GOAT.
I mean, but about right now, man.
Yeah.
Buddy better do something next year. That's the point I'm getting at. Because otherwise, it's gonna start looking bad. Us trading our 17th pick for AJ Brown is kind of like saving that draft. So
yeah.
So okay. So me,
that's my take on that.
Don't kill me. I did have under, but like 11 wins and still division winners. They're still going to, like Chris said, like 12 wins. That is a lot of wins. And Lamar had like a fully healthy year last year. I don't know if he's getting his illness or like his missed time out the way now. I think that oxtail pizza like crushed his organs. but again, it's just hard to stay as a mobile quarterback. It is going to be hard to stay healthy for 17 games. And I'm not saying that he's going to get a horrible injury and be out for a while. He could get a banged up knee early in the year, miss a game, and that's the difference between 11 and 12 wins. Again, we're out. I'm going to be honest. I think Zay Flowers' whole rookie year was like thrown out the window once he fumbled at the 1 yard line. Because let's be honest, like he was like really good. Like he was really good for a number one option as to be a number one option in your rookie year in a run first offense that they are. That's phenomenal. Because like Rashee Rice was the number one receiver in a pass first option, and it's like you weren't getting all the attention because there was Travis Kelce there, in which Mark Andrews wasn't there a lot of the time for Zay Flowers. I think Zay Flowers is going to be great. Do I agree with him having a higher Madden rating than Puka Nacua? No, but that game sucks anyway. So, but yeah, I think Zay's going to take a step for sure. Rashad Bateman breakout talks in the big 2024. That should get you jail time, Chris. I'm not going to lie.
I agree. Bro, he's like 27 years old. That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. Lie. That's like asking Cam Reddish to break out.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You know what it is? You know what it is? Do you know what it is? It's Jaime Jaquez breaking out. He came out later in the draft, which I mean, it's football, so not later, obviously, but just age wise. This is Jaime Jaquez breaking out in year 3 instead of year 2. This is that. This is that for me. This is that. It's Jaime, or who's a real good example? I would say who's a really good example who came in like Kuz. I would say Kuz. Kuz in the sense of Kuz got drafted 22-ish. He really got to be like solidified good basketball role player in everybody's eyes around 26, 27. I think this is Bateman's, but I do believe this is Bateman's make it or break a year. Like if you don't do something this year besides be hurt, you got to get up out of here. You got to get up out of here.
Agreed. Could be worse. You could have drafted Quentin Johnston. So glad you didn't.
And I was asking for it, by the way. Thank y'all. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Eric. We appreciate you.
He was asking for him, and someone was calling him wide receiver 1. I see you over there, Phillies hat. I see you. You said he was better than Jackson Smith-Njigba. I remember.
To be fair, I had JSN as number 2.
To be fair, there was no argument for it.
I saw the drag route in the college football playoffs, and he reminded me of Julio. What can I say?
I saw him catch the ball. I saw him high point a ball with his chest and decided, yeah, he's not going to be good. I did it at 12 years old. I didn't do that. I attacked the ball with my hands at 12 years old. You're a grown man, 40-inch vert. Put your hands up. And now he's just having the worst camp I've ever seen. So let's not talk about legend. Yo, that would be funny. But yeah, I got the Ravens under. But it's nothing serious. Still division champs. Probably going to be like the 2 seed in the AFC. Going to be super competitive. Again, Kyle Hamilton, best safety in the NFL, paired with Marcus Williams. Nate Wiggins, one of my favorite corners in the draft. You keep the D-line in check to a point. No, Jadeveon Clowney's going to suck in the run game, but, you lose Geno Stone as well, who, again, started as a backup safety, but made his mark last year. Not a huge loss, though, but, you're going to miss a guy like that. You're going to miss Temple legend Rock Ya-Sin. So, actually, I'm afraid the Ravens will win no games this year because they're not sporting a Temple legend on the roster. So,
don't worry. If it gets bad in that corner room, Rock Ya-Sin, remember Ravens defense, buddy, because you will be back.
I want Rock Ya-Sin to play for the Eagles just for the vibes. But
you know what's gonna happen though? I'm gonna tell you right now. One good team is gonna have a shitty corner, and it's gonna be about week 6. And Stephon Gilmore hasn't signed yet, is he?
Not to my knowledge.
Stephon Gilmore, you are a Baltimore Raven. Well, I'm telling you what happened.
That's
it screams Baltimore Ravens. It screams it.
We're talking Celtic Shaq, Eagles Julio. We're talking
Orlando Magic, Patrick Ewing. That's what we're talking. Exactly.
We're talking who's the one dude who signed with the Knicks? What was his name? His nickname was Big Snacks. I can't think of his name though.
I'm trying to think.
He was fat as hell. And he played for the Knicks. I think his name was like Jerome Big Snacks James or something like that. It was something like that.
I didn't know his name was Big Snacks. Damn. Dark skin dude. Yeah. I remember.
It was a Game of Zones episode where Walt Frazier was talking to a sick Chris Stapps, and he was trying to tell him like get out, but he was talking about all the bad moves James Dolan made. He said we were forced to watch a three shoot first guards share the same backcourt. It was like Jamal Crawford, Stephon Marbury, and it was someone else, but it was nasty. It was so nasty. Game of Zones taught me a lot about basketball, actually.
I'll tell you one thing though, Stephon Gilmore, he would be a perfect addition to the Steelers. He's like a Joe Hayden type addition. End of your career.
I like Joe
play
Hayden
a little
too.
man.
Yeah, a little Cavs Shaq, a little Sun Shaq, which is that's a solid big man. That's an all-star level big man, according to NBA voters.
Dare I say Horford? Celtics Horford. Dare I say?
Chill. That's actually the best center who's ever lived.
Dare I say?
When he's playing Embiid, he becomes the best player of all time. So
that's because Embiid is retiring next year, Danny.
He sees Giannis and Embiid and forgets he's just a Dominican family man.
No, JK.
Embiid will not pass off $255 million.
It doesn't matter because Joel Embiid, get ready to learn South Beach, buddy. You're going to go play with Jimmy Butler. Unfortunately, y'all going to rock together in Miami.
Oh my God, Bam to the 4. He said,
no, Bam to Philly.
He said, God, if you're listening.
Bam to Philly? I would love that.
Bam to Philly. Hey, you know that ain't happening. See, the way I look right now, Bam probably got better trade value than Joel Embiid.
Bam going to the Lakers, bro. Him and AD, they gonna find a way.
It's just so funny that like who is playing the 4 between AD and Bam right now? Because Lakers fans are like, see, look what when AD plays the 4, and Heat fans are like, see, look at Bam playing the 4.
That's why I said the answer is yes. Who's playing the 4?
Who's playing center? Tatum? Like
yes.
That's gross.
As long as it's not
him play center and he played for the 4.
Do you know why? As long as it's not Jackson Hayes next to Anthony Davis or Omer Yurtseven next to Bam Adebayo, I promise it could work. I promise y'all. Pay attention.
I would love to live in a world where Anthony Davis gets to play with Robert Williams, but
or Andre Drummond. And I know people make jokes about Drummond. Drummond is a great big man if you have a 4 like a Davis or like a swing 4.
Someone to make up for that.
A 4 like Joel Embiid?
Yo.
No, not a play 4 games of power forward.
No. He said only won 4 playoff games ever.
Oh.
Let's count how many. One. We're not gonna do that right now. But let's move on to not games. I was thinking series, but I'm not gonna get into that right now. Let's talk about the Cleveland Browns. So the Browns didn't have the loudest offseason, didn't like lose much, didn't really gain much. Draft was so.
Jerry Jeudy.
That's true. So, like I said, not a lot of good moves made. I'll still never forgive myself when I watched Jerry Jeudy and CeeDee Lamb when they were coming out of the draft. I tried to go back and see if I ever admitted it to Danny, but I didn't. But like, CeeDee Lamb just looked better, but Jeudy had all the tools, but CeeDee had aura. But I could never
hitting the Browns' biggest addition this offseason.
Jameis Winston.
But no, I'm talking about that the fact that Nick Chubb is going to be healthy. That is the real biggest addition. Because this team won 11 games last year with Jerome Ford as a running back. That is Joe Flacco, you did miracles, man.
Yo, can you please respect Jerome Ford right now? That's my like fantasy GOAT. Thank you. My God. Please respect Cincinnati legend Jerome Ford. He ran all over Temple. But I would say the reason I said Jameis is because there's no shot in hell Deshaun Watson is playing 17 games this year. Whether a new verdict comes out or he gets hurt or both, he's not going to, or he just simply plays bad. There is 100% a world where I think Deshaun Watson stinks it up so bad he gets benched. Now, with his contract, that world is, about 1 in like 200 or something like that. But I still think it's a reality, especially when you have a guy like Jameis behind you, who Jameis is one of those few backups where it's like, he's not a guy like Mason Rudolph. We go in there like, hey, take care of the ball. We're going to run the ball. We're going to help you out. You tell Jameis, you're going to go out there and you're just going to sling it. We're going to be even more aggressive now that you're out there. And honestly, the backup quarterback job of the Cleveland Browns right now could legitimately make or break whether they make it to the conference championship this year. I remember last year, I was saying I really like this roster. This could be a division winning roster. I don't remember how far I said they could go, but I really didn't like their quarterback play. And I still don't like their quarterback play. I like their backup more than their starter. Deshaun Watson, if he played every single game last year with the yards per game he was throwing at, I don't even think he would have cracked 2,500. He was playing so bad. Funny enough, the game he got hurt, he hurt his shoulder. He had his best game. It was the comeback against the Ravens. But I credit zero of that comeback to them and 100% the Ravens because the Ravens can only beat themselves like 99% of the time. Their losses are because of themselves. But point aside, me and Danny got some quick points in. So, Chris, let me ask you about the Browns. Myles Garrett coming off Defensive Player of the Year. That defense kind of still intact, going to be one of the best in football. Offense, you still got Amari Cooper. You still got David Njoku, who was fire back half of the year. Like Joe Flacco's best friend. I hope they were taking notes on that because he's a freak athlete. And of course, they got Jerry Jeudy, who you said you'd like. Over or under 8.5 wins for the Cleveland Browns.
I think it's a tough division, man. It's tough, and I think their defense will get them 6 or 7 wins. Even though I like Jerry Jeudy, I don't like Amari Cooper, but I know how good Amari Cooper is. Like, not saying I dislike him, but you know what I'm saying. I'm just a Amari Cooper fan.
Yeah, no,
really,
you can respect
good.
somebody and not like him.
Yeah, and I like Njoku a lot, but I don't know, man. I don't know. And I think 9 is like the perfect like mark for them. I think it's like one of the ones make you really think about it. So I'll say they get 8. So I'll go under. I'll say they win 8 games. I think their defense is going to be pretty good again, like you said. But I don't know if I trust how the offense will connect this first year with adding Jeudy, keeping Njoku like as involved as he was, and keeping Amari Cooper fed. It's a lot to ask. Sometimes it can't be a lot to ask. So I think, especially with first year linking up, I think it could be the one. So I think I'll give them 8 wins.
It's so crazy because if you plug any other starting quarterback, it's like, look at the weapons he has. But then you look at the receiver, it's like, but in this situation, you look at the receiver, it's like, look at their quarterback.
Yeah, and the crazy part, like all weird stuff aside, Deshaun Watson was good at a point. He was good.
2020 Deshaun Watson will go down in history.
Right,
sure.
You see what I'm saying? So
one of the best quarterbacks I've ever watched.
This can sound crazy if he goes to anything 70% close to what he was in 2020 because they'll win 11 games easily. You know what I'm saying? If they have that quarterback, like you said. But I don't know.
They'd probably go to the Super Bowl if he.
See what I'm saying?
He was 70% of that.
And I doubt he gets to that. So I'll give them 8 and just under 9.
Here, just real quick, because we're going to talk about the Steelers next. Not like immediately. We're still talking about the Browns. Who is more likely to get back to form, Watson or Wilson?
Oh, Watson. I think Wilson's done.
Okay, yeah, because Wilson is more so like just on the back end of his career.
Yeah,
that's why he's getting worse. But Watson just like you made God angry.
Got weird and got worse,
and he took away your football powers.
Man, I'll tell you one thing. The funniest thing is that Deshaun Watson not playing good football. Russell Wilson not going to be playing football.
Yeah, we're Fields 2024 crew over here.
I think this is perfect segue to the Steelers actually. But
well,
we still
have a lot. It would be a good segue to the Steelers. We have a lot to talk about when it comes to the Browns.
It is, yeah. We do have some. Yeah,
because you still have to give your over under on them.
That is true. So I'm going to talk about the Browns then. So the Browns, old friend or foe of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Big Ben owned them for a long time. I'm not going to talk about that though. I'm going to talk about 2024 or 2025 season. To Cleveland Browns, I will be in Cleveland on Friday. I'm taking a bus up to Erie. I'll be in Cleveland for about an hour, so we'll see how that is. Yeah, Cleveland Browns, I think I have them winning 9 games. I think the Cleveland Browns are a competitive football team. I have them going over, but I have them missing the playoffs, just barely.
Hey, 9 wins won't cut it, man. I must admit.
9 wins is not going to cut it. You need 10 in the AFC. NFC, you can get in there with 9.
Yeah, that's true. Going through the schedule now, it is pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not saying they could look, and you could say this about a lot of teams. They could very well. I'm not saying they go undefeated, but they could beat every team on the schedule. You're not going to sweep this division. Let's be real. You might not even sweep any team in this division because the Steelers will never go out sorry when it comes. It's the Steelers are the only team in NFL history that they play in the hardest division, and their in division play is what keeps them in the race because they either sweep or split everyone. They just don't get swept. Mike Tomlin
7-1 since COVID happened against the Ravens, and I was at the game we lost.
And you know, and some of those feature, you know, Snoop at quarterback or Josh Johnson, but there still are Lamar games on there. You know,
there are plenty of Lamar games. I think
I will say
4
I
or
would
5
never
out
admit
of the
it's
8.
the Steelers. The Steelers don't have their number. Mike Tomlin has his number.
Mike Tomlin does, and the game
Tomlin,
that they won
John
was not a Lamar
Harbaugh,
game.
Eric Spoelstra. They're all in a group chat with the darkest corner of the internet to just somehow win games.
Yeah, they are.
So
this division's crazy.
It is. No, it is. It is for sure. So with the Browns, I have the over.
Barely.
But barely 9 wins, playoff. I don't know. I
got 8.5.
Yeah.
I got 8 in the tie.
Man, I mean, but like 9 wins, I don't know if it gets some playoffs. Like it's gonna be pretty brutal. I'm also banging like that 9 wins is that like if Watson gets like hurt or something, and I'm assuming Jameis is gonna play. But
if Deshaun Watson wasn't a Brown, I would have loved for them to sign Kirk Cousins. I think he would have been a perfect quarterback for that team.
Yeah, that's about as solid as it gets, and it's just steady quarterback play, you know. Now him coming off the Achilles, you know, of course I'd be skeptical about that. But that's a good reason to be like skeptical. And with Deshaun Watson, he just
sucks.
He got zapped, I guess.
He got zapped.
He got horny bonked by God and lost his powers. Excuse me one moment.
Yeah. So basically, Cleveland Browns, you're gonna be competitive. That defense, Jim Schwartz, you're gonna blitz heavy. You're gonna go run fast. The offense, questionable. Nick Chubb's gonna run hard, coming off of his 2nd or 3rd ACL surgery. He's gonna come back and play hard. He's a beast,
he's another big question of the bunch as well. How will he come? How
29-year-old running back?
29-year-old running back coming off a major knee surgery. I know. Yeah, he's done it before, but he was also probably like 20 when it happened. So
yeah, he's 2019, whatever.
Yeah, so he was much younger when that happened.
Yeah, but if I'm going to put anyone's genetics through a health test, it's going to be him. So
yeah, but he's also 29 and he's not LeBron, so nobody's LeBron.
Lethanos.
Just remember that. Yeah, no one is.
Moving on to Lethanos' rival, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
He does not think about y'all as much as you think he does. He doesn't think about the Pittsburgh Steelers. He could suit up for the Browns, and none of your corners will be able to guard him.
Chris, I want to hear your thoughts on the division rival.
Y'all have Justin Fields now, so obviously 13 wins. No, but I'll be as a side though. I like the Steelers additions, obviously, because they added one of my favorite quarterbacks to watch and root for, Justin Fields, and one of my favorite Ravens in the last 10, 15 years, PQ. So, and it is the Steelers. So, I mean, at the end of the day, they're going to win at least 8 games just because it's what they do. It's what they do.
Wait, Deshaun Elliott's not your favorite Raven?
Oh no, not a chance. He's a cool guy, very cool though. Shout out to Deshaun Elliott, very cool, but no. But yeah, I think that they added some pretty good pieces. Replaced a stinky piece. No offense, Eagles fans, Tone, and got Kenny Pickett about the way. So hopefully that means better.
Please
and
respect I think the second best quarterback in Pennsylvania.
I think their offense is going to be a little bit better because of that. And I think if their offense is a little bit better last year, I'm not saying they get 9 wins, but maybe. So I think with the addition that they made, I think 9 wins is doable. I think they'll be a little bit better than the Browns. I think they'll be neck and neck as far as like win totals, but I had the Browns at 8. I'll give the Steelers 9 off the strength of having Mike Tomlin, who doesn't doesn't lose that many games. I mean, doesn't go under 500. So I think 9 is pretty doable for the Steelers for sure.
Okay. The Pittsburgh Steelers are a super funny team. Because when you look back at like their regular base stats like yards per game, points per game, they weren't really that sharp of a defense. But every time you look up, their defense is doing something you've never seen before. This would have so the season I would have to imagine them having to get over this 8.5 threshold is one, start Justin Fields. I think he's the higher upside of the offense has a higher upside when Fields is in over than when Wilson is in. If Wilson plays, you know what you get. You're going to have a super mediocre offense. But with Fields, that running ability along with Najee and Warren, they'll be able to, probably one of the top 5 or so rushing attacks in the NFL. The defense is going to take care of its thing. They have all answers were solved. At least their number one corner, it's going to be Joey Porter Jr. Opposite of him, it's going to need some work. I think it's like Dante Jackson right now. I'm not entirely sure.
Dante Jackson, Corey Trice, future Stephon Gilmore. But
yeah, bad guys. So, and of course you have Minka at safety. So, you have 2 really solid pieces up there. Your defensive line, one of the best in football with Alec Highsmith and former defensive player of the year, TJ Watt on the other side. TJ is able to get all those sacks because Alex Highsmith is a good friend and takes on all the double teams. But, yes, because I'm a nerd and I love double team win rate over sacks. I don't care about your cleanup duty.
Double team win rate.
Well, it matters. Ass. but anyway, what I'm saying is that we would have to live in a world where all those are clicking on kind of the same cylinders, but I still do have worries in their secondary. I have them under. But, Danny, can you sell me? You don't even have to sell me. Just tell me what you think and see if it can sell me. Because, I want the idea of a Justin Fields-led football team to be so good, but oh, bro, I don't know. Y'all are just so mid at the same time. I don't know.
I'll tell you one thing.
Sell me.
Justin Fields, when Justin Fields starts, he'll be operating with the best offense that he has in his entire career. He'll be operating with the best defense behind him his entire career. He's in the best situation with coordinators and defensive and offensive coordinators in his entire career. The best head coach he's operated under. He has improved every scenario around him, and hence why he looks a lot better with what he's doing. And Pat Freiermuth, George Pickens, Najee Harris, Jaylen Warren, they got to work on a wide receiver 2 and 3. I mean, Roman Wilson looks like he's going to be wide receiver 2 if he comes back in 3 weeks. Wide receiver 3 is going to be a bunch of gadget guys, Quez Watkins and Calvin Austin, and maybe Van Jefferson. So I think it's going to be a
wide receiver 2.
Yeah, he's going to play on the outside a lot.
Yeah, he'd been your Z. You feel me? Yeah.
So it's really interesting how they feel about wide receiver, but I don't think it's the worst point to be at. You got your true X, and then kind of fill in the pieces behind. Trust in a little breakout and trust the young guys. It's not horrible. The offensive line patched up. It's the best it's been. It's been a while since they've had an offensive line this good. And
you drafted Fautanu, right?
Charles Fautanu and Zach.
You're
Frazier,
saying he looks worse than Dan Moore.
He's a rookie. He can be worse than camp. Roger Jones didn't look good in camp.
Well, if Dan Moore rolls out there at tackle, I'm afraid you're screwed. I'm afraid the whole operation goes to hell. But granted, like you said, you can have a bad camp unless you're Quentin Johnson. That just means you're buns. But you can have a bad camp.
I think it's more telling to have a bad camp as a wide receiver than it is as a offensive lineman, especially when you go against T.J. Watt and Alex Highsmith.
Good point. Great point. That's a good point. Yeah.
So I think that's the only thing. And then on the defensive side, like you said, they somehow, even with the holes that they have, they find a way to be in the top 10 each year in every category somehow on defense. So I think the Pittsburgh Steelers win 10 games. I think they have a lot of winnable games in the schedule. They could split everything in the division, and they have a lot of winnable games because they finished third in the division last year. They won 10 games last year with Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph, and Mitch Trubisky splitting time. So, yes, Justin Fields or Russell Wilson are upgrades at quarterback because they were playing last year with 3 quarterbacks that weren't in the top 32 quarterbacks that play.
I want to ask you something real quick. Who was your best quarterback last year?
Mason Rudolph.
Thank you. I was arguing this with Giovanni yesterday. I'm like, dude, I don't care how you feel about the guy. Just admit. I looked up something real quick. Their EPA per play on offense through the first 15 weeks of the season, 26th in the NFL.
It probably was like
last
16th.
Last 3 weeks with Mason Rudolph at quarterback, y'all were 4th. Granted, last week y'all played the backup Ravens in a monsoon. That doesn't matter.
Wait.
That truly does not
EPA per
matter.
play was horrible that game. Dude, it was 17-10, and we threw like our only completed pass was like to Devon. Dude, he was actually.
But y'all fed Najee that game. Y'all fed Najee crazy. That he had like 150. He was nuts.
Najee goes crazy against the Ravens. I don't know why. Sorry, Chris.
He has to. It's so like. It's so much like grit and energy in that game that like you got to rely on your run game. Which for whatever reason, with the lead and the game on the line, the Ravens like run game. What? No, we're gonna throw it up to fucking 86-year-old Odell Beckham. Hell yeah. What do we do? Like,
Steelers Ravens is Phillies Braves.
Nah, chill.
For me, low key. Because I like players on both sides, but I want my team to win. So low key is like that for me, low key. And I hate saying I like players on the Steelers out loud because I do.
They got the MVP of the league. He's young. He's electric.
And then
I'm trying to tell you, it's close.
And then TJ Watt, quarterback go down, ball go boom.
Alec Bohm is good in my book too. Shout out Phillies legend.
TJ Watt doesn't face double teams.
Calvin Austin III is Bryson Scott.
Hassan Reddick, you are a Buffalo Raven.
I can't wait for Calvin Austin to get cut at some point. Like he's just he's gonna get cut, dude. He's not good. Like he's such a gadget guy. Like to say that he's a poor man's Jaden Reed. Like who even is Jaden Reed at this point, man? But that's how I imagine him. So I don't know. Yeah, get ready to learn NFL Europe, buddy.
Get ready to learn CFL, brother.
Nah, respect the CFL, honestly. Get ready to learn fan control football, buddy.
The EMCC legend. Damn it. You can't even be EMCC legend. I can't remember his name. The quarterback, Malik. CFL. Malik. What was Malik's last name? He was on last year's U. What was Malik's last name?
I have no clue.
So I can't think of it, but yeah, he's in CFL. That's made me think of that. Goddamn, I can't remember.
Yeah, I still have the under on them. It's kind of like a lot of if this guy does this, if young guy takes said leap, if all these things happen. But that world does exist. Arthur Smith absolutely getting in his bag with this offense. Roman Wilson, wide receiver 1 by the end of the year. We'll talk soon. But nah, that's Gleaze. I'm sorry. Okay, now let's not try to. I gotta fix something real quick. I didn't change the Bengals win total on this thing. I was trying to change it. I was gonna say 6.5. Let's not jump this team too hard. But the Cincinnati Bengals are 10.5 is their line, which is pretty interesting considering Joe Burrow's coming back from a wrist surgery. Jamar Chase is sitting out for a deal. I assume he's gonna get it though because he's Jamar Chase. 10.5 is a steep hill to come back from. There are key additions, though. Did sign Sheldon Rankins. They got Geno Stone and Von Bell to patch up some of that secondary. Offense is basically going to look like what it is with a slight downgrade at running. I mean, they got Zach Moss. They don't really run the ball that well anyway. They have a bad offensive line. Honestly, everything on paper at the most important positions on the field outside of quarterback, so like offensive line, defense, run game, one could say they look like the worst in the division in those areas. But the reason why they won't be the worst in the division is because they have a top 5 quarterback, one of, if not the best receiver duo in the league. I have an under on this because I still think 11 that's high. Still got double-digit wins though. Still got him at 10 wins, playoffs. Over 10.5 is a little much for me. Whoever wants to go next can. I don't really have too much to say about that.
1,000%. I agree with you. I think their defense is horrible. We talk about this at the gym. Their defense, you thought they were a lot better than they were. I believe they were like 27th in EPA per play. They were not good.
It was probably some games that I'm just thinking where they probably played some scrub quarterback and they looked better than they did.
Jake Browning actually played good. I'm not saying he's nothing compared to Joe Burrow, of course, but yes,
serviceable backup.
The weapons do help Joe Burrow. Who would have thought? When you have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and who was their tight end last year? I don't even know.
It wasn't Hayden.
Oh, it was Irv Smith. It was Irv Smith.
Yeah.
You have good weapons on offense. Joe Mixon is not great. He was a serviceable running back, probably closer to 20, ranked 20 out of the league. He was okay.
Yeah.
He's not horrible. He's okay. You have weapons, you're going to have good quarterback games. So yeah.
Yeah.
Jake Browning is obviously worse than Joe Burrow. Yes. Joe Burrow is probably a top 3, maybe top 5, whatever you want to consider quarterback.
He's a for sure top 5.
He's for sure top 5. That's what I'm saying. Maybe top 3, maybe top 5, whatever you want to consider him. The Bengals, as a team, are not top 5. So yeah, I have the Bengals going under, closer to 8 wins than they are to 12. I got them getting 9. I genuinely think they have a chance to win 7, 8 games. Hey, look, Joe Burrow, hand injury, very rare hand injury, gets hit in wrist, out for 6 weeks. Jake Browning comes in. Their whole team is. That's why I can't really bet on teams that rely on 4 to 5 players. I've never been a fan of that. You're a team, especially football. It's a team sport. You can have as many superstars as you want. You got to have 22 dogs that are playing game in and game out, and that's why I don't got the Bengals doing too much this year.
Well, you start Dante Jackson at one of your corners, so I don't think you have those qualifications either. So
we certainly don't with Dante Jackson starting. He looks okay. Actually, looks decent in camp.
You might want to look inward on your receivers then, because that buddy's bad. You have over on everyone except the Bengals. Who would have thought?
Hey, 11.
Chris,
wait,
what do you think?
10.5 is high, dude.
You're saying they're gonna win 8 games.
I said closer to 8. I said 9. I said closer to 8 than 12.
All right, man. I just think
Chris,
you're counting. I think you're looking at a world where just Joe Burrow is just gets hurt though.
I'm looking at
because if he's healthy, no one's stopping this offense because no one's ever have. No one has when he's healthy, and he's got at least one of T or Jamar. I don't know, man.
I'm looking at one of the most injury-prone quarterbacks in the league staying healthy the entire season.
Yeah, that's true. Lamar's
could happen. It could happen.
Burrow's been healthy for a whole year. He's done it before.
He went Super Bowl when he was, but I'm not counting on
went to the AFC Championship the 2 seasons he was healthy. He knows nothing but late January football.
Yeah.
So,
no Larry though.
Yep, no Lombardi. I'm afraid. No one in the chat knows what a Lombardi looks like, at least for their current quarterback. So, mine knows a good Super Bowl performance though. So,
no legendary Super Bowl performance. That was a
mine is despite the loss, man.
All right, Chris, round us off here with the hatred of the Bengals.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna sound like a super hater. I am not a Joe Burrow fan at all. I think he's top 5 just off the strength of just quarterbacks, and that's how it works.
Aura.
I'm not a big Joe Burrow. I'm not a big Joe Burrow guy.
Riding for the Bengals?
Yeah, I'm not a Joe Burrow guy. I've never seen him do anything without 2 of the best 4 receivers in the game. I've never seen him do anything.
I'm saying.
And I'll say this: it's one thing to be available in football. Football's brutal. I get that, but when you're Joe Burrow, I would say is the best player on that team. Him and Jamar, and I say Jamar only goes as far as you know what I'm saying. I think they're top 2. And when the 2 years he's there, like y'all said, he's been really good. But not being there matters. And I think that's a big deal. I'm not hoping he gets hurt, or I don't think he's going to get. I hope he's fully healthy from that weird arm thing. That shit looked scary because it was just motion, like couldn't do anything. Hope he's good from that. And I think if he's good from that, I think they hit this 10-11 win mark. I think they hit the 11, and I'll just bank on healthiness. And I'll say they hit 11. I think they're the team who gives the Ravens the most run for the money in this division. To be able to go and win it. So I think they're next up in that. But yeah, I don't know. I think how good Joe Burrow is kind of overstated a little bit. Like I said, I think he's really good, but I think it's just a little overstated. And I think it's just the ifs and all the stuff that people like Embiid or other players who get hurt deal with. It's like Joe Burrow's like immune from it. And that's my only problem.
You just compare Joe Burrow to Embiid. That's a
in the sense of people say Embiid always hurt, which he obviously is, but Joe Burrow's damn near always hurt too. He's always hurt too.
Like Embiid gets a lot of flack, like, oh, he's out there hurt and not playing good, and then like Joe Burrow. It's a better. I think a better comparison would be literally Lamar and Joe Burrow, but Lamar gets hurt because I'm gonna be honest, his big injuries have come from inside the pocket, but running the ball will be wear and tear. Joe Burrow just gets hurt because.
It's just body breakdown stuff, and that's
I don't know.
I
don't know.
Scary part to me.
I don't know.
The scary part to me is body breakdown stuff for Joe Burrow, and I think that's what it is for him. And I think, but I think if he stays healthy, I think what Tone said is just the truth. At the end of the day, it's hard as hell to stop Jamar Chase and T Higgins. It's hard, and so if he's healthy, that 11 wins is probably gonna happen for sure. Even with the defense that I don't necessarily know if they're gonna be good or bad. I'm kind of like just in the mid on them, but I think if Joe Burrow's healthy, they're gonna put up 30 points, close to 30 points a game.
If that defense can be like even top 20 in the NFL, but this team is gonna do numbers, but that's probably not gonna happen, I would say.
Yeah, so I see them having to put up 30, and I see them being able to get 11 wins off the skin of their teeth just because they have to deal with what we don't have to deal with in Baltimore. Like our defense is pretty good to where Lamar them go out there and do a stinker and have 17 points. We'll hold them to 10. I don't know if the Bengals offense will do that defense will do that if they have a couple off days. So yeah, I'll go with the over though, just off the strength of like I said, Burrow is really good. Chase is elite in my opinion. Burrow's elite too in that top 5. But so I think them two, I'll give them 11.
So we got under, over.
No, we have under, over.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting 10. Yeah.
Yeah, I am 10. So here's what I want to give Joe Burrow some credit though. So everybody else in the top 5 quarterbacks has something that's just like not human about them. Patrick Mahomes, arguably the greatest quarterback we've ever seen, or going to be the greatest quarterback we've ever seen. Josh Allen, insane arm. Cam Newton body type with great rushing ability. Has like the complete ability just to get in the zone and not be able, like, can teleport the ball into people's hands from 40 yards away. It's
mindset
ridiculous.
though.
Yeah, he has, beef liver for a brain, but then you got Lamar Jackson. I should have said Lamar Jackson first because he's QB2 on the high, but 2-time MVP, best dual threat quarterback the game has ever seen. And has even more leaps in his throwing prowess and his running prowess, I will say. Justin Herbert, a lot like Josh Allen, doesn't have a smooth brain, but also kind of plays like Jason Tatum a little bit. But it just makes sense if you hear me out. But Burrow's not a freak. He's not.
Burrow's Luka Doncic, man.
Luka Doncic is like maxed out skill wise and is built like a bull. So, but he also doesn't play defense. So please get him away from my top 5.
Hey,
doesn't play defense, man. Get away.
Made the
play defense is putting it nice. He doesn't even try. If he tried, they probably could have won 2 games against the Celtics if he tried.
But he's a coon.
He don't even try.
You don't try, man. But
anyway, back to Burrow. The point is that I always love referencing CJ McCollum when it comes to this, but Joe Burrow has got every ounce of talent out of his arm that he doesn't have he has a good arm. I watched him throw a 50-yard pass on the dime to Jamar Chase off his back foot. Jew was nuts, but he doesn't have that Allen Herbert arm. And he doesn't have that Mahomes escapability, throw it, not looking. Oh my God, he's Rajon Rondo. but he's so unbelievably quick with his decisions, insanely accurate, and like is a super like when people are like, "Oh, I see Tom Brady in him." It's his ability to just weather the storm and be completely accurate without being this next level athlete, which he's not a bad athlete either. He's got that Romo-esque escapability where it's not crazy, but yeah, he can make you miss. And if he makes the first guy miss, he can either run it or he can hit somebody down the field. I just want to give Burrow his love. I have him as my quarterback 5 personally, but I could easily make the argument for 4. 3 is starting to push, and I don't think he's an argument for 2. I think 2 is reserved for Allen and Lamar right now. One's the 2-time MVP, and then one has the tools to be quarterback 2. I think right now, if you kind of go with not the 2-time MVP, then but I understand the argument for Allen, but eventually you're gonna have to put some hardware on the shelf. I'm gonna go with Lamar.
At some point, you got to stop throwing the ball away when it matters. At some point, you got
to stop just giving the team the ball.
Mahomes,
and then you Jerome Bettis at some point. At some point, you got to remember your quarterback. Remember
Lamar.
Widen that gap.
Mahomes.
Widen that gap.
No.
Keep going. Widen that gap. Widen that gap.
I'm ranking Mahomes.
The
Lamar.
best ever. Don't ever question. You know better.
Mahomes and Lamar, and then it's those 3.
No, don't start. Allen is much closer to Jackson than he is to whoever's quarterback 4. Like,
oh no, I agree.
I'm gonna be honest. Allen having the tough draw of just Mahomes every single playoffs has made him look like a bad playoff performer. He's an awesome playoff performer, but I will also say,
fullback when you don't need
I will also say he always gets the 2 seed, so he gets to beat up on like the Steelers and the Patriots in the first round. So the stats do look a little crazy, but he shot it out with Mahomes before, like on several occasions.
He also shot it out with Mason Rudolph.
That's what I'm saying. Like he beats the crap out of those bad teams, and
I don't know.
The stats look great. Dude. There's no, it wasn't. There was no point where you watched that game and thought the Bills were not clearly going to smoke them.
It was close. They won.
Oh, no, it was not. You sound like Cowboys fans who said, it's not Dak's fault. The game was, we only lost by a gajillion points. We were down by a zabillion points. Like, dude, you got smoked, man. You got crushed. That would be like me getting up here and saying, well, the Bucs didn't blow the Eagles out. It was like this, and then this happened, and then the final score just happened to look like what it looked like. No, we had dominated. They had 2 good plays all night, and they were both Devontae Smith. You got smoked. I smoked bad. You know what? Under on y'all now. I had the under anyway, but
Trey Palmer cooked Bradbury.
Yes, he did. I can accept my team went out sad, though. I can accept my team went out sad. You can't.
I can.
We went out sad to the Bucs.
It was
that's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah. Ours was a tough bill to swallow, though.
Yeah, man. Let's get into this NFL trivia, man. That was horrible. Probably one of the worst ever. But you said you have a NFL player for us to guess?
I do have an NFL player for you to guess. Let's see how many guesses. You have 20 guesses. See if you can get it.
All right. Is he currently active?
He is not active.
Okay.
Did he retire within the last 3 years?
No.
Okay.
Did he play a majority of his career in the AFC? Pulling up that Football Reference, I feel you.
I have it up. It's he's bounced around to say the least.
Okay, so he's a sneaky journeyman.
He's not a true journeyman.
He's not a bum journeyman, but he's a goat who's been around.
He's been around. I think he played like 6 or 7 teams. I don't quote me on that, but he played a lot of teams.
Okay.
Does he play offense or defense? Does he play offense?
He plays defense.
Okay.
He saved us a question. We appreciate that.
No, I mean, if I say,
does he play in the secondary?
He does not play in the secondary.
Okay, we're talking about a front 7 guy, D lineman, linebacker.
Is he a linebacker?
Yeah.
This may help. If he's a tweener, this may help, Tom. Put your ears on.
What was the answer, Danny?
He's a tweener. He's a tweener.
Ooh.
So he's an outside backer. So he's an outside backer. Not active. Is it Terrell Suggs?
It's not Terrell Suggs.
Okay.
Damn. T
Sorry.
Sizzle.
Came-
That's my boy.
Came to mind.
He's
Guy
dope.
came to mind.
He's dope.
That's my guy. So
It was
came to
times
mind.
where it was Terrell Suggs, Ed Reed, and Ray Lewis together. Just please. My bad. I had a flashback for a second. Damn. I guess I said 3 years. D retired in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're kind of like in between that area. Did he play for the Ravens?
He did. I wouldn't think you. I want to save you and say I don't think
Got
you
him.
remember him playing for the Ravens, but he did play for the Ravens.
Damn. Now I'm trying to think. A tweener.
Play is a loose term. He did not start. He played two games, so it's a very loose term.
It's not who I think it is. It's not who I think it is.
I had a thought. I'll share who I thought it was later. I don't know.
You could say your thought now. You don't. It doesn't count.
Yeah, it don't gotta be a guess.
Oh no, I'm gonna wait till later because I'm gonna wait till we end because I know I'm wrong now, but I'm wait till we end.
Okay.
Damn.
Ravens is a loose term.
Yeah, definitely do not think Raven.
No, now we got to think of some washed Ravens now. You got to think of some washed Ravens. Yes, Lord.
I'm doing my best, but only 2 games.
Yeah, he only started 2 games. That's pretty rough.
Yeah, Sanders is a washed Raven, but he was actually on the field making plays. I mean, plays is loosely, but I mean, he was out there.
Raven.
So
he retired sometime between 2021
and
2014.
You can trade one guess for a hint.
No, we ain't doing that.
Danny trying to help us. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate it.
I don't want to.
Yeah, I know.
We gotta earn it. We gotta earn it.
I don't even know. I don't know what other question to ask, dude. I don't even know what question to ask.
I have a guess.
What is the guess?
Is it Justin Tuck?
It's not Justin Tuck. That's close. That's close.
It's close. Interesting.
It's not close, but it's like you're getting in that category of player.
I'm getting in that washed category. Okay. We're getting washed. Okay. Just got throw. Could ask if he's white. That would really trim down the competition.
It would.
The Ravens even sign white dudes.
Yeah, Eric Weddle. There you go.
You don't count.
Mark Andrews. Yes, we do.
We drafted him.
White guy.
Justin Tucker. Come on, I could keep rattling him off.
He really don't count.
Wait,
he really don't count.
You have Mr. Lamar Jackson, Johnny. Johnny's the most.
Johnny.
Yes.
Johnny Jackson.
And don't ever forget fullback legend Pat Ricard. Don't ever forget it.
We gotta.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
And hold up. The OG use check.
Oh yes. How did I forget?
Yeah. Maybe I'm just wrong. We're at 9 questions / guesses. So.
Damn, dude. I don't even know where to go, bro. Like I have no clue. I'm not that good on line front 7.
Okay. All right. Let me cook. Only played 2 games. He retired recently. Did he retire between 20? No, let me not ask that. He said he's been around, but he's not a bum. But this is washed.
Ravens only started in '96. If you say he retired in the last 10,
it's not Calais Campbell, right?
It's not Calais Campbell.
Okay, he's a D tackle anyway. But I figured he's being between end and tackle, so thought I'd.
It's not Boulware, is it? It's not Boulware.
What the fuck is that?
Peter. Oh, I'm finna show you. I'm gonna send a pic to the group.
Wait, Peter Boulware. I think I remember that dude.
Yeah, you do. Ravens linebacker. That's what made me think of it. Like, damn, is it Peter Boulware? That was my guess before.
Dude. I didn't know this dude played for the Ravens. Like,
no. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I didn't say it initially. So I'm like, I know Peter Bower was there for a long time, so I know it wasn't him.
Peter Bower is quoted though.
Can I have another guess?
Yeah,
Oh no,
ahead.
you gotta go. You gotta go.
No,
Tom.
go ahead. I have nothing right now.
In the last 10, I don't remember when he retired though. Is it Jamie Sharper?
it's not.
Damn,
Dude. Kind
I know he
of
was booty cheeks on our team, so I was like, maybe it could be him.
Tony, I think you were going in the right direction asking what year he retired.
Did he retire between 20? Did he retire in the last 5 years?
No.
Okay, so we're looking between 2014 and like 2019. Even then, dude, what?
He retired 2014, 2019.
Between that time frame, yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I think I'm on the wrong. This will be our 14th guess / question. So,
Damn.
Said he retired between those years. Who even played during that?
That's what I'm trying.
Who even played football?
This was definitely around the time I really only watched the Ravens, so I wasn't even paying attention to other people. Nah, it can't be. Is it Julius Peppers?
It's not Julius Peppers. That's a good. That's a crazy guess.
I would say that's
He's
about as
definitely. Wait, he's in that same tier though. Definitely in that same tier.
Oh my god.
Right. Okay, that helps. That damn. Trying to think.
This could really be any bowl. Like I don't even. Dude, this could really be like.
I'm gonna ask the question: Is he white?
He is white.
Is it Chris Long?
It's not Chris Long. It's not Chris Long.
Damn it!
2. Leave this at. We're at 16 right now.
Damn it!
I'll give you 20 and then 20 and then the last guess.
Damn. I thought I knew it.
It's a good guess.
Shoot.
He has a similar career to Chris Long though, in that that's all I'll say.
What? This is ridiculous. Could literally just be anybody.
Damn it.
Yeah, dude. He was white.
It's a tweener linebacker and lineman
and washed.
Damn. Whitewashed linebacker on the Ravens? Shit.
Don't think Ravens, dude.
No,
but he was washed. He was washed on the Ravens.
That was the only really team I was really watching, so I would have to think about that. That would have to be one of the things on my list.
And plus, we're way too deep to find out if he played for another team. So, I'm not gonna lie, chat. It might be over. It's potentially over.
So Jover.
Yeah, it is low key Jover. Can't even lie.
I'll give you a hint.
I don't want a hint. Get away from me.
No hint.
Yeah, I don't want a hint. ISO.
One day.
Damn, bro. I don't know. More Jover.
I will say this guy like easily came to mind for me, but that's like I don't even know why.
Damn, bro. I don't know.
You said he was white, right?
Yep.
Damn, that sucks. Because I started getting into the draft around like 2013, 2014. And a guy I just remember was Courtney Upshaw, but he's not white, believe it or not.
This guy was drafted well before 2014.
Okay, so he's an old head. God damn, man.
Drafted before 2014.
He was drafted closer to when LeBron got drafted.
Sure, that's crazy. So
Yeah.
he was an old head.
Mhm. I don't know.
Yeah, man, I like sneaky got nothing.
I'll give you a hint. He is a known Philadelphia Eagle.
So a bum. Okay. That's interesting. A known Philadelphia Eagle outside linebacker. It's not Connor Barwin, is it?
He's not. I don't know if you know though. Connor Barwin owns a Italian basketball team.
Well, that's good for him.
And the analytics are run through Penn. Yeah, he's pretty sick.
Nice.
White known Eagle. White guy.
Think before Barwin.
Man. There's no memories. Oh my god.
Andy Reid era.
Yeah, again, the memories are not there. Dude, I can't think of anything. Damn.
I can give a hint. I don't know if it gives it away though.
Huh?
I'll give a hint. I don't know if it gives it away. He had a 15 plus sack season.
Yeah, dude, you're not helping nobody with that.
I want it. Oh, damn. 15. Shoot. I don't know.
Yeah, I sneaky don't know either. That's tough. He said Andy Reid era. Like, that's just anything, though.
He's got an All-Pro under belt. I think it's second team.
Well, the only person I can think of is Trent Cole, and he wasn't white. So
Not white. Yeah, Trent Cole is not white.
yeah, wasn't white. Was not white.
The only reason this guy didn't win a first team All Pro that year is because Jared Allen and Jason Pierre-Paul existed.
Yeah, again, dude, you're fool. You mean tweener like between outside backer and edge rusher, right?
Yeah, he's definitely
Okay.
more of an edge rusher, outside linebacker. Like,
I thought you were. I thought we were starting to get to like a defensive end or D tackle, and I'm like, dude, I've been wasting my time. I don't even know.
This guy's had a pretty healthy NFL career with over 50 sacks in his career.
Oh my god, he's a Philly guy.
Played in Philly for 3 years, I believe.
3 years. Oh,
I mean, that's where most of his sacks came in Philadelphia. He had 26 in Philly.
How many guesses do we have left? Like 3?
Yeah, 3.
Okay. Eagles white. Did you think of someone?
I'm trying to think.
Bro, if you have guesses, just throw it.
No, I'm trying to remember dude's last name. I remember.
What's his first name, Chris?
I'm finna say the wrong thing. I know it starts with a J.
Jason Babin.
Bingo!
Oh my god.
Hey, I'm telling you, hey, that was from Madden. Like,
He is a Jags legend. What are you talking about?
maybe like 18. Maybe
Dude,
it was like Madden 18 or
he
something
had
like that.
He had 18 sacks on the Eagles. He's known. He played everywhere.
Dude, he is a known Jaguar. Don't play like that.
Dude, he had 9 sacks on the Jags.
I'm thinking.
9 total sacks on the Jags.
I don't know whose name I was thinking, but he said Jay, and it brought me back to some because I was thinking Andy Reid on Facebook. They used to drop like these cool little promo videos, and like Jason Babin was like the face of one of them, and he said Jay, and I'm just thinking of that era, and I'm like Jason Babin, Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie was in one of those videos.
So I'm
They
thinking,
had him
I'm
singing
like,
"Won't You Please Be My Neighbor."
Jason Babin is like in my mind, he's like an Eagles legend for that season. 18 sacks.
Right.
I think he's up there as like I think he's up there in like Eagles all-time sack record.
I don't think you're mentally. I don't think you're mentally healthy for thinking of Jason Babin on a Wednesday night.
Yo, he's goated.
Like,
Damn,
I mean,
crazy.
I said Courtney Upshaw, so like, I don't know if my head's where it needs to be either. But that took way too long. Again, I want to remind everybody: make sure you like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and if you're listening to this on audio platforms, please leave a 5-star like and review. And then if you missed any of our division prediction episodes, they're of course on this playlist or on this channel. Make sure you please go check them out. Anything to say before we get on out of here?
Peace.
Yes.
Right,
one thing to say.
Oh,
I want y'all to know. I want y'all to take this with y'all. Whenever y'all watch that Vince Carter dunk, because it's the Olympics now. Whenever y'all watch that Vince Carter dunk in the Olympics and him jumping over that guy, I want y'all to know this. That all happened because Gary Payton blown 2-hand layup right before that. He literally shot it damn near underhand, blew the layup, they tipped it out and got it. So the guy who got dunked on, you blame Gary Payton for that. Because if he didn't shoot that like a third grade girl, that doesn't happen to you.
what was that? 2000?
Bro, it was some year. I think that's what started COVID. They just did it a couple years early because he jumped over to it after Gary Payton blew that layup. It had to be him and Goldberg were working in tandem. They got time.
That's the George Hill missing the free throw of that play. No one talks about George Hill missing the free throw.
Nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about it.
But everybody talk about JR. But yeah.
That's it though.
AP New Freezer, Culture by Migos, DC Comics. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch y'all next week.
Peace.